Ever feel like your phone's charging time estimate is a flat-out lie? Today, I put Samsung's Super Fast Charging 2.0 to the test to expose the shocking truth about those battery predictions. You won't believe what I found. For this investigation, I chose my reliable Samsung smartphone, a device boasting their impressive Super Fast Charging 2.0 technology. This isn't about slow, conventional charging, we're talking about a system designed for rapid power delivery. To ensure a fair and controlled test, I meticulously closed all background applications on the phone, eliminating any potential drain that could skew the results. Furthermore, I used the original Samsung Super Fast Charger 2.0 that came with the device, guaranteeing optimal charging conditions as intended by the manufacturer. The experiment began with my phone's battery level at 20%. This seemed like a common scenario, a point where many of us plug in our devices. At this 20% mark, my Samsung confidently estimated that it would take a mere 36 minutes to reach a 90% charge. 36 minutes to get to a substantial 90%, that sounds incredibly convenient for a quick power boost when you need it most. I plugged in my Samsung at precisely 8 a.m. The initial speed of the super fast charging was noticeable, the battery percentage climbed steadily in the early minutes. A small part of me hoped that the 36-minute prediction to 90% might actually be accurate. However, as the minutes ticked by on my timer, a different story unfolded. The digital clock marched forward, each second a tangible measure of elapsed time, while the battery percentage on my Samsung seemed to be progressing at a more gradual pace. 36 minutes passed. I kept a close watch, my initial curiosity slowly turning into a growing sense of skepticism. 40 minutes elapsed. The 90% mark remained elusive. 45 minutes. Still not there. Finally, after a period of focused observation, the battery indicator on my Samsung stubbornly reached 90% at 8:50 and 38 seconds. Let me emphasize that it took a total of 50 minutes and 38 seconds to reach 90% charge, a full 14 minutes and 38 seconds longer than the phone's initial prediction of 36 minutes to reach the same 90% level. This significant difference clearly highlights a considerable inaccuracy in the estimated charging time. This substantial deviation between the predicted 36 minutes to reach 90% and the actual 50 minutes and 38 seconds demands an explanation. Why does our sophisticated smartphone, equipped with advanced charging technology, provide an estimate that is so far from the real-world outcome? Several key factors contribute to this discrepancy, and understanding them is crucial to unraveling the reasons behind these often misleading charging time predictions. One of the primary reasons lies in the non-linear nature of lithium-ion battery charging. Unlike a simple linear process, the charging speed of a smartphone battery varies significantly depending on the current state of charge. Typically, the charging rate is fastest when the battery level is low, allowing for rapid initial gains. However, as the battery's charge level increases, the charging speed gradually decreases. This tapering off is a deliberate mechanism to protect the long-term health and lifespan of the battery by preventing overcharging and minimizing heat generation. The phone's algorithm that generates the initial estimate likely operates on a simplified model that doesn't fully account for this natural slowdown as the battery approaches higher charge levels like 90%. Another significant factor influencing charging time is temperature. During the charging process, electrical energy is converted into chemical energy within the battery, and this process inevitably generates heat. If the device's temperature rises beyond a certain point, the phone's internal thermal management system will actively reduce the charging speed as a safety precaution to prevent overheating and potential damage. The initial charging estimate provided by the phone might be based on ideal temperature conditions in a controlled environment. In real-world usage, however, factors such as ambient temperature, whether you're actively using the phone while it's charging, or even the type of case you're using can all contribute to increased heat and a subsequent reduction in charging speed, leading to a longer overall charging time than initially predicted. Furthermore, the notion of having absolutely no background activity is often unrealistic. Even when you manually close all visible apps, essential system processes and services continue to run in the background to ensure the phone operates smoothly. These processes, while individually consuming minimal power, can collectively draw a small but continuous amount of energy, effectively counteracting some of the charging current and thus extending the time required to reach the desired battery level. My efforts to close all visible apps likely minimized background drain, but some essential system processes would have undoubtedly remained active during the charging test. The charging algorithm itself, the complex set of instructions that governs how the phone charges and estimates the remaining time, is another critical piece of the puzzle. These algorithms are developed by the phone manufacturer and are designed to optimize charging speed while also prioritizing battery health. However, these algorithms are based on a multitude of assumptions and averages derived from laboratory testing and simulated usage scenarios. They might not perfectly account for the unique characteristics of every individual battery, the specific usage patterns of each user, or the dynamic fluctuations in real-world conditions. It's possible that the algorithm prioritizes a fast initial charge to provide a quick power boost, and its prediction for reaching higher charge levels like 90% might be less accurate when extrapolated from this initial rapid charging phase. Finally, the age and overall health of your phone's battery can also influence charging efficiency and the accuracy of the estimates. Over time and through numerous charge and discharge cycles, the internal resistance of a lithium-ion battery can gradually increase, leading to slower charging times and a reduced overall capacity. An older battery might simply take longer to charge than a brand new one, and the phone's original charging algorithm might not perfectly adapt to this gradual degradation in battery performance, potentially leading to less accurate charging time predictions. While a discrepancy of over 14 minutes might seem minor to some, the consistent inaccuracy of these charging time estimates can have tangible real-world implications and lead to user frustration. In our increasingly fast-paced lives, time is a valuable resource. We often rely on these estimates to plan our activities. If your phone confidently tells you it will reach a 90% charge in 36 minutes, you might factor that into your schedule, only to find yourself waiting significantly longer, potentially causing delays or missed opportunities. Moreover, the persistent unreliability of these estimates can erode our trust in the technology we use daily. When a seemingly fundamental piece of information provided by our devices turns out to be consistently misleading, it can make us question the accuracy of other data and predictions our phones offer, leading to a general sense of distrust in the device's reliability. And if you found this helpful, make sure to hit that bell icon for more tech truths just like this one.